Traveling with the Land Rover Defender is a never-ending story. You need to have a humor as Defender owner. Don't take everything seriously. And a passion for a car mechanic. Good thing, almost everything could be repaired on the road. Our travel started by me, Rose, and my partner, Thomas, from home to Interlaken, and drove the next day direction Geneva and Montpellier, where we camped in Banyuls-sur-Mer, France. We crossed the border of Spain and drove direction Valencia, and later in Algeciras, where we took the ferry and arrived in Tangier, Med. From there, we drove to Chefchaouen, where we spent one night, and later to Fez. From Fez, we drove to Merzouga, and a few days later to Zagora and Marrakesh. As we only had 2 weeks holiday, we drove back to Tangier, Med. And luckily, we didn't have to wait longer for the ferry this time to arrive in Algeciras, Spain. We drove to Granada before driving to Mauri to check some good wine, and later drove to Sète, Montpellier, Geneva, and back home. Join us as we explore Morocco with our Land Rover Defender. Our friends Patrick and Baba waited for us in Interlaken, located in Canton Bern of Switzerland. The place makes the perfect base for high-flying outdoor experience. Our friend Patrick works in a holiday hotel within the region, and we decided it as a meeting point. We enjoyed a good meal paired with great company before Baba bid farewell. He won't be joining us for this trip, but soon. As we head our way, Patrick's Defender bonnet was loose and had to be fixed next to the road.
Het is GmbH-rundval. When you don't have money for monkey, you buy GmbH.
It was a good start of the travel, and at the same time, a good sign for more repairs to come. After 11 hours, we arrived in Banyuls-sur-Mer, France. It's located between the border of France and Spain. I never felt tired seeing this place. We enjoyed our meal, but as we are all exhausted, we headed to our favorite wild camping area. We woke up into a breathtaking view with our best love in the morning, the coffee, and of course, chocolate milk for Thomas. I'm not sure Patrick enjoyed his morning routine, as Thomas spilled his coffee in his fold.
That's the hideous lights he's talking about. Absolute catastrophe. Maybe in France this is common, but
we are in France, so they're perfect.
not much longer. Look over there. It's almost Spain there already.
Morocco is also French territory.
Similar conversation went from not appealing lamps to no air condition and so on. While listening how they made fun of each other, I realized you're either a TD5 or TD4 Defender fanatic. You cannot stand on both sides. As much as we wanted to stay longer and enjoy the view, we had to gain more kilometers and decided to pack our things and drove in the coastal road direction Spain. After 4 hours of driving, we made a stop to get water in the gasoline station of Tarragona, Spain.
40 kilometer,
Thomas, lijkt net snel tikken zo.
The Defender conversation, long drive, and warm temperature in Spain must have given a toll that nobody's talking to me anymore. Therefore, I browsed a nice wild camping area and found one further down Valencia, Spain. And for what it's worth, it's located nearby the river. As we arrive in the evening, Patrick denied there is a river. We are again exhausted and hungry. There, everyone knew the task.
It's still full of sand from Portugal. You can hear it. So we will have sand steaks today. And he's kind of showing off by still knowing how to put it together, but actually he's doing it wrong. Yeah, that one should have come first. Can I help you? Maybe the other one first.
Was?
Flitsch. Ja, genau. Hier.
Geht ja, was willst du noch mehr?
What are you cooking today?
Risotto!
What kind of risotto?
Risotto with cheese.
And why is there white wine on the table?
Also for the risotto.
So is it a cheese risotto or a white wine risotto?
We woke up the next day with the goal of arriving in Algeciras. After taking the wrong exit many times to get inside the ferry terminal, we finally made it 30 minutes later. We drove 11 hours that day, a windy weather conditions, a Spanish ferry company was 5 hours delayed, and no proper dinner were enough reasons why there's no video captured in the ferry. At 3 in the morning, we arrived and passed through Tangier. We took everything slowly the next day. We woke up at 12 noon in the view of Spain. The last 3 days of 11 to 13 hours driving was a calculated risk to arrive in Tangier. Later that day, we exchanged foreign to local currency, buy local SIM card and groceries before we drove to Chefchaouen, a city in the northwest of Morocco and known for striking blue-washed building. Just like Tangier, Chefchaouen is quite a touristic place which we tried to avoid. We were there March, but it was still lots of tourists. However, my cousin happened to be in town for a holiday with her partner, and I haven't seen her for the past 6 years, so it wouldn't hurt to slow down for a day. The place has far less accommodation available for overlanders like us. It's a great place to visit for those who love to hike, to watch the mosque with curiosity full of Muslim worshippers, many restaurants and boutique shops to visit. But it was time for us to leave the city and drive direction Fes. You probably heard of other travelers saying you don't go to Morocco without visiting Medina in Fez. The maze of alleys, underpassage, and dark corners. It was indeed interesting to explore. This time, we managed to find a camping place with a warm shower, not too far from Medina. We couldn't have that in Chefchaouen, and as much as I wanted to shower in the car, it wouldn't be appropriate in the Muslim country.
Hello, good morning. So we arrived in Tangier in the middle of the night, went to a wild camping spot in the middle of nowhere, and then drove to Chefchaouen, that's the blue city, met their Flower's cousin and her husband, had a lovely dinner which was a little cold, but then and the shitty camping, a beautiful one but shitty, no warm showers. And now we went then on to Fez together with them over a very beautiful picturesque road, and now we are in Fez, or Medina was the old town part called, and we visited that. It's a maze, it has over 9,300 streets, each of them have names, lots of dead ends, so we found our way out again. And this is the lovely camping of Fez. Diamond Vert, which green diamond. We met some landy drivers, and now we are on our way pretty soon. Patrick in his usual habitat, being very busy.
After our one-day experience in Chefchaouen and another one-day in Fez, we planned a route direction Merzouga.
Wo sind wir?
Keine Ahnung.
In Fez.
Ja, das ist doch nicht erzählt, ja. Das war die erste Foto.
Genau.
Da.
Also.
Asru, ja. Das ist da, wo wir irgendwie da oben runterfahren. Das hat irgendwie nicht ganz gleich für alles drauf zu tun.
Gut. Und dann? Asru hat er gesagt, da unten, wir gehen eins runter. Da oben ist Asru und hat er gesagt, da unten, da sind wir an den See.
We were indeed looking forward to explore the route direction Sahara Desert and the places less traveled by.
No, the car wasn't funny to drive. And the children, yeah. I'm not sure what they do the whole day, if they have enough food to eat.
I felt pity with one kid, the two kids on top of the passage who said like mangeons, mangeons. I don't know if it was a kind of a trick, but they didn't really look well nourished, so that was a little hard. The others are just smiling, waving. Agriculture here is rich, so they should theoretically have enough food. But then, you know, it's Ramadan, so I don't know if they also force the kids to do Ramadan. That can be hard. So during daytime, no eating, no drinking. I don't know. But I prefer traveling this kind of roads. For me, it's a holiday. We were relaxed driving in very beautiful landscape through very beautiful, well, beautiful too, interesting villages where you see that it's now before a guy came down with his 3 kids with a donkey. I gave him a white chocolate. For sure they have never seen white chocolate, I assume. The way he took it, I think he thought it's a bomb. People are happy and smiling if even they have nothing.
The drive from Fez to the village of Merzouga was quite a long stretch. We would love to take our own pace and wild camp as we were independent with food, shower, toilet, and warm bed. The moment we arrived in Tangier Med 3 days ago, it was difficult not to take camping site, especially when we arrived in the evening. With the country's warm weather conditions, and driving all the way to the southeast part can be very exhausting. You need to love driving, which can get loud with open windows. Air condition can be a luxury if it works without leaving your head hot.
Kommunikation.
Also,
der Routenplanung ist sehr wichtig.
Willst du weiter da runterfahren?
Nein, mir ist echt gleich. Also. Aber ich habe extra mit Punkten umgesetzt, mit runterfahren.
Aber wenn wir dann am See vorbei, das wäre noch cool, oder?
Ja, dann muss ich wieder noch einen Punkt setzen.
Well, miscommunication cannot be avoided in a convoy, especially if you have a travel buddy with walkie-talkies that works only until 5 meters. The owner of Auberge Les Roches camping site in Merzouga was very nice to accommodate us late in the evening, especially a late dinner. Our camp had a very close view of Ergchibi and had a magical sunrise view of the dunes. At 7 in the morning, it started to be very hot. But the owner of camping site told us that this is still cold for them, as it is not yet summer. We could drive to Ergchibi without lots of tourists. And while my travel buddies were still in bed after feeling quite tired from the other day's drive, it took us until 10 in the morning to start the day. However, due to some problems in both cars before arriving Morocco, we decided not to drive through the Ergchibi dunes. This was supposedly the highlight of this trip, but we will have to go back to Switzerland with the same car. Therefore, we didn't push it. Ergchibi will not leave and we will come back. The owner of the camp recommended us to take the Zagora desert. It has a bit of dunes, but mostly rocky roads, and it's not considered a part of the Sahara Desert.
How did you like it?
Very much. Like playing in the sand ground.
It's like in the sandbox as a little boy. Boys and toys.
Even in this no man's land, small farming did exist. As we passed a small tent, a couple offered us a Moroccan mint tea, a symbol of hospitality and generosity within the country. We camped in the wilderness of the desert after driving 6 hours. Without any access to internet, we enjoyed the vastness, sunset and sunrise of the place. I can literally hear nothing except Patrick being bitten by small insects. For a while, it was strange to experience the solemnness of the place and to feel glad seeing few cars and camel passing through us. There's a part of the road which was closed and some kids guided us the way out.
Zagora?
Lequel?
Ouais, quelle route? C'est par là?
La piste Zagora?
Yeah, oui. Bon, moment. Mon ami, avec une voiture noire, il va... J'attends pour lui.
Brado.
Hein?
Brado.
Brado?
Oui.
Non, mon ami, il conduit une voiture noire.
Yeah.
Il est arrivé?
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ah, il est là?
The road contained of small rocks, and to avoid destroying the car, we can only drive 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. A journey that would take 5 to 6 hours took us 12 hours to exit the Zagora desert and arrive in the town of Zagora at 1300 the next day. This was fourth time we had again tagine since we arrived in Morocco. It's a cooking vessel, usually a slow-cooked stew inside a pot with a lot of variations. You can choose like tagine omelette. If you drive a dusty and dirty Defender, people will stare at you back in the civilized world. It was indeed true in our end. A blue Defender approached us and asked, "How's our car so far?" After crossing Zagora Desert, they offered to check filter and tires for free. We let them check the car without telling them the real problem, and the rest was history.
Okay.
For bicycle.
When was the last time you changed that?
It's a long time.
Long time.
20 years ago.
I think that was when the car came from Land Rover.
Yes. It's original.
Yeah.
Too late.
370,000 kilometers then. That's okay.
It's very strong in the pist. It's broken shock. Look.
Okay, Patrick, tell me I drive too fast.
That day, we had the oil, filter, and shock absorber on both sides changed. The backlight was also fixed. Of course, Patrick's Defender won't be left behind with this adventure.
This one out. I have new bushing.
Yeah.
The double. This is only one.
Yeah.
And I have the strong one. One the bushing and one in the middle. Very strong. And I open for you that everything to clean it with the benzene, make it new schmieren, change everything marines, the both side, and you change for you also the bushing. This one it's double.
Yeah.
Metal here and the metal here.
Okay. Yeah.
Touch.
Yeah.
It's not your. I don't have this one. It's with the gummy like this directly.
Ah, okay.
And your now it's kaput here. For bushing.
Bar holding, that's the wheel. The wheel is being held like that. And then this iron bar goes from the wheel holder to the chassis. And there is a rubber and here is a rubber called bushing. And these two rubbers, they are broken. So to take them out, they need to take apart everything. And the second thing, there's a ball joint, and outside is the wheel going left and right. And this ball joint has a seal around it. There is oil leaking out like hell. So instead of just checking the oil, they said, let's just, when we anyway take the bushings apart, we also take the ball out, and then we do that seal there, then no more oil is getting out.
And that's for front and the back.
Yes, for him, they do all the fours.
I believe it's quite regular for the Defender owner to go through this. After years of usage, especially after driving off-road. We also met a Toyota Overlander who stayed for a few days in the garage.
It's a little wider than the Land Rover,
Wood blade.
Yeah.
Wood blade, and here it's a
mattress.
yeah, it's very special, very
With air.
smooth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
cool.
While waiting for the broken parts to arrive.
So he drove his Toyota and his front axle broke when he did the jump. Now he's waiting for his axle to be replaced.
Peanuts.
Not very high. Oh shit.
No chance.
But you're driving Toyota, right?
Toyota never brakes, right? Oh, that's the 3 kilometer train, yeah.
When we turn by train, it's 3 kilometers long.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see
Yeah.
the piece of
Yeah.
rocks,
Yeah.
the sun, and then you have another crown
Yeah.
of
And then you have to
rocks.
go over, yeah.
So you have to pass there.
Yeah.
To pass each crown. You got really to go slowly because if you have damaged something else, you stay.
Yeah. Nobody is coming.
Yeah,
back.
nobody won. We
Yeah.
come back to get out. Yeah.
So you go with friends, huh?
Yes. Yeah. Rocks. Yeah. Rocks here. And you continue. You're alone. So out by yourself. That's the reason. I'm already alone. All right. In a car and alone in travel. Yeah.
For this Toyota, you must the axle front.
This one breaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
You must to make it strong before broken.
Okay.
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's only that. Yeah. Every Toyota like that, you must make it strong. If not, it will be broken. One day it will be broken.
Owning and driving a Defender, especially driving off-road, means it's not totally fixed and not totally broken. You have to love what the car can offer.
Dat is gross.
What China cleaner?
Ja. Where's the size?
So. That's the whole
Ja.
Besser?
Ja. Die richting is de richtige.
Yeah.
No problem. I bought too many petrol.
Well, good thing it was not a leaking oil. After dealing with car repairs, we had an opportunity to explore shops in Zagora, like normal tourists. It was interesting for me to listen how Swiss and Berber negotiate. In any case, Thomas decides to stay longer in Morocco, it wouldn't be too much of a culture shock for him.
I know.
You know, like this.
Yeah, I know. Before it's a reed.
Yeah.
Long time it's a reed, but now it's like this. I know this one. Alors, what's your name, my friend?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Just you look what you want,
Yeah.
and after, if you come okay,
Yeah.
okay. If you're not okay, can start for you is friend.
We stay friends.
But as I make 1,000 with little bit money for my family,
Yeah.
it's normal.
Yeah.
But just you look what you want,
Yeah.
and after I bargain the price, okay, not okay.
We negotiate and
Yeah,
it's okay.
and okay, no
Yeah.
okay. With business, on
Yeah.
a business I drink tea. This year with you,
Yeah.
mating with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Take for look.
Also brauchst du echt zwei, gell?
Wieso?
Eins für daheim, eins in der Werkstatt.
We do like driving off-road. The car brings us beyond borders no normal car can do. And if something minor is broken, it can be repaired next to the road, provided necessary tools are available.
Ausbauen. Die Frage ist, wo wir es machen. Wenn wir es da machen, wenn wir es oben machen.
Wieso? Ah.
Jetzt kocht er, oder? Ja. Und jetzt können wir die zwei lösen und den da lösen und dann können wir den Schlauch rausnehmen. Und dann können wir den Schlauch flicken. Oder da tropft es runter. Siehst du das? Da kommt es raus. Also da haben wir das Loch drin. Jetzt bauen wir den Schlauch aus, da mit der Zange, den mit der Zange, den mit der Zange, nehmen das Ding raus und dann flicken wir es mit dem Babasy-Klappband. Darum würde ich sagen, wir stellen diese Autos so, dass wir im Schatten arbeiten können. Wasserpumpe, ja?
Ist das?
Ja.
Ernsthaft? Und, etwas?
Garage heisst das. Von oben, das ist der Schlauch. Schau mal den Deckel auf, weißt du, ist der Druck weg.
We were lucky with these guys who stopped doing their job to help us without expecting anything in return. It is the small things that matters. Kindness.
Par là, c'est possible? Ok. Il va conduire et nous allons
Oui, sans ça.
pousser.
Ah oui.
Ok. Stellst du etwa ja, da voran, oder?
Ja, die Flieger müssen wir nicht. Oh!
Ok.
C'est bon, hein? Du musst die Markise nicht aufbringen, weißt du?
De lampe. C'est plus facile de travailler.
Aber ich will Markise.
C'est croquant.
Ouais. Non, mais c'est ici. Oui, c'est ici. Oui, mais c'est chaud, mais c'est... Oui, mais on change la voiture, on met par là, comme ça, c'est mieux pour travailler. Was willst du hier durch oder?
Wurstloch.
Hier hinten.
Also dann machen wir so ringsum und nachher einen ringsum und nachher so ringsum. Willst du das machen, soll ich das machen?
Das würde ich fast lieber dir überlassen, weil ich glaube, du bist da talentierter. Ich kann nicht, vielleicht hast du mit super dem Dings drin. Das ist auch super, ne?
Ja. Ist die Grisse da?
Yes. To jest lewa? To jest lewa? Tak.
Het is de bokken, ne?
مقبلك دار يضرب وانت هذا كريم في اختراع
Ok. Non, il manque ça. Ah, c'est tourné.
C'est tourné.
Comme ça. Ok. Ouais. Ah non, non,
Non,
ça par ça, c'est pour ici.
Oui. Et
Hein?
l'eau
Oui, on fait une chose après.
Maintenant,
oui.
de l'eau.
L'eau, oui.
Cela vient par là.
Azuffer oder was?
Ja, ja, für Java mal besuchen.
Dis-moi.
Ja, on doit starter et attendre un peu. Hein.
Sauf.
Ja.
Non, c'est ce que tu vois, c'est mince. Ça y est.
What happened today? We had a broken cooling hose on the TD5. Never happens to TD4s, of course. And it's this complicated hose with like 5 ends. We had a little bit of diesel spill. That's because we put too much diesel, or the tankwart put too much diesel in the car.
With everything going on in the car and warm temperature, we decided to have coffee time and reflect. Yes, others might say it is a reflection of one's journey in the country. To do that, we headed to Marrakesh. The moment we arrived in Marrakesh, I right away smelled the sampaguita flower, or known as Arabian jasmine for others. This brought back my childhood memories, as we had a lot of this planted in our backyard. Then I knew I wanted to explore the place. We explored Medina, which was a different transition from Zagora Desert. I was shocked. The amount of tourists were way bigger than Fez, and it's not yet the peak season. After 8 days staying in Morocco, we decided to return back to Spain and take a walk around Granada, and then back to a quiet place. Finally, we can have a wild camping again with the best sunrise view in the morning. A glass of red wine and walks in the seaside can be enjoyed again. Morocco is a wonderful country that has so much to offer, from vibrant marketplace to desert wonderlands. The night we spent in Zagora Desert was one of the epic travel experiences I've had. The blue buildings of Chefchaouen was one of the photogenic places I visited. The maze alleys of Fez was overwhelming. The smell of Arabian jasmine in Marrakesh brought back my childhood memories. The kindness and smiles of people felt like home. The Moroccan mint tea and the food were extraordinary experience. And yet, it is a challenging destination. Let's just say it's not a great destination for women traveling solo. With 7,600 kilometers journey, we are glad to be back home and cherish every moment we had in this country and the people who helped us in our journey.